So unit 3 it is talking about health belief. So it's different theories about health belief. So according to you, what can be belief?
What we trust in.
Good.
It could be previous experiences, personal experiences, um, or it could just be because of faith, I guess.
Okay, moral system and all that. Okay, belief.
Yes.
Okay, so which is what you call as a reinforced, or which is depending on the previous experiences. Yes, good.
Yes. Yes.
If your experience was okay, good, okay, you take it as a positive. If it was a bad, no,
Yes, sir.
you have a negative impact about that particular thing. Okay, and the belief system also would be taking it in a very negative concept. Okay, so today we're talking about health belief. So what people have beliefs about their health, confidence in something like that.
Yes.
So what type of the beliefs they have about their health? We're talking about their health. Okay, so the
Yes.
role of health belief, especially, is important in predicting health related behaviors. So yesterday we talked about health related behaviors. So
Yes.
today we're talking about what is the role of belief of a person in promoting or to sustain or to get into these behaviors which are focused primarily for the health of a person. Okay, so this is called as health belief. So it is a belief system about health related behaviors. And before getting into the topic, okay, do you think that if people that don't have belief, do they practice any type of behaviors?
No, sir.
Get me? This the
Yes.
common sense issue.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so if you don't have a belief system in the perceived the outcomes of the particular behavior, for example, if you're resorting to maybe a physical exercise, for example. So if you cannot have a belief on the prediction or the changes or the outcomes which would be because of this particular physical exercise, maybe a person is not getting into this particular behavior. You believe this?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so this is what they're trying to look at in this particular chapter. So it is about the health beliefs. So this have gained importance over a period of life. For example, 1940, 1950 it have started, and various concepts or various theories have come up. So which especially talked about health belief of people. The first among them is of the health belief model. Okay, so in the last 20th century, considerable progress has been made. Okay, so this particular health belief model. Okay, so it says that messages will be active optimal behavior change. Okay, I'm talking about page number 25. You can write on page number 25. Okay, so optimal behavioral changes if they successfully target perceived barriers. For example, what barriers they have: benefits, self-efficacy, and threats. So if they have this particular successful optimal behaviors which addressing the barriers, benefits, self-efficacy, and threats. Okay, so when a message is designed or sent in such a way that when they are trying to address this particular perceived barriers, we will talk about what can be barrier. Then benefits. So what are the benefits going to be? Self-efficacy of the person and threats that are pursued by the person. So if you're trying to address those issues through a message, then this is going to be successful. Okay, so this model is influential and this is the very first one. So this particular model says that so what all the perceived barriers, barriers in terms of the person who want to get into this particular health related behaviors. For example, what can be a barrier? Something which is stopping. You agree with this? Barrier can be a something which is stopping the person or where he finds that okay, this particular thing, okay, maybe because of this the person is not able to get, or we talked about different stages. Okay, at the last topic also we will talk about that. First one is a contemplation where is thinking about. The other thing is active, is taking action, is maintaining and all that. So what is the perceived barrier in doing the physical exercise, for example? So what are the barriers? So generally what people think about, what can be barriers? Maybe
Um,
getting early in the time.
Making time to work out, actually.
Yes, making time to work out. Maybe some
Uh,
people they don't want to get up early in the morning.
yes, sir.
Hmm.
And maintaining a consistent diet.
Maybe
Taking
the
a
first,
balanced meal. Taking a balanced meal.
yes, maybe the perceived barrier can be, for example, for the youngsters of this age, maybe taking a time for going for a walk or doing certain physical
Yes, sir.
exercises. You agree with this?
Yes, sir, absolutely.
Only unless and until they are bothered about their okay, body and body building and all that. Okay, so
Yes.
rest of the people are not worried, or they don't find time
Yes, sir.
to get into, for example, a physical exercise.
Yes, sir.
As you talked about okay, technology, mobile, and all that. Okay, so getting
Yes.
late to the sleep and getting late in
Yes.
the morning,
Yes, sir.
so finding no time. As we said, okay, then they're rushing to their jobs.
Yes, sir.
Hmm? The last 10 minutes or 15 minutes, they get ready and they try to okay rush to the okay offices and all that.
Yes, sir.
And also we talked about okay when people are rushing because
Yes.
they are into very much anxious, worried about okay whether they reach or not.
Yes, sir. And they
So
feel lethargic also the whole day because they're not working out or sleeping well.
adequate sleep or inadequate sleep on the activity or the performance of a person.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so this is how the barriers. So what all the barriers the person has. So when
Yes.
we're talking about barriers, okay, these barriers would be changing from person to
Person.
person. If maybe some person might be not finding a time, maybe another person okay busy with some other works. Okay,
Yes.
maybe some other person, as I said about okay, taking the required diet, etc.
Yes.
So there can be a number of reasons. So barriers has to be taken from the person's point of view. So this is how barriers. Then next benefits. So what are the outcomes or the benefits of this particular health-related behavior? For example, quitting smoke or avoiding junk food or oily food. So what are the perceived? Okay, what this particular person who want to get into this health behavior is having, okay, the outcomes. So in what way this is going to have impact for this particular cell? Okay, so those outcomes are going to have an influence. Whether the person will follow this particular so-called health behaviors or what belief they have. So the part of belief is also benefit. So what are the outcomes? For example, if a person have a positive outcome, so will he going to get into these particular behaviors?
No, sir. He'll try to avoid.
For example, if we have a positive outcome, for example, yes, I'm going to be active throughout the day. I'm going to be energetic. So if this kind of a positive outcomes if a person, for example, maybe avoiding junk food, so it is going to improve my health or making me okay, out of this particular risk of what we call as cardiovascular diseases or heart diseases. So this type of positive outlook towards the particular behavior. So will encourage or discourage.
It depends. Actions speak louder than words. Until unless you're implementing it, you can't really make a change.
Yes, but if you have these outcomes, when you look at these outcomes,
Yes, even a small step can definitely make a
yes.
huge difference.
So to make that particular one step, if a person is not aware of what outcomes or in what way it is going to have a change in the person's health, so will he take that?
No, sir.
No. When there is ambiguity, when there is no clear, when there are no clear defined outcomes, in what way this particular behavior is going to affect the person, or in what way it is going to have a benefits.
Yes.
Okay, so unless and until these things are clear, or when you try to give a message to these particular persons, so when you don't talk about these benefits also, it is not going to have any impact. Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
Unless and until you address what barriers they have. For example, someone is not finding time, so what we can suggest this particular people,
Um,
maybe time management.
Time management, and also you can also sit down on the chair and do some basic workouts also.
Yes. So can we make persons to schedule things?
Yes, sir. Even if it's for 5 minutes, we can ask him to allot those 5 minutes.
You getting me?
Yes, sir.
So what barriers they have? So how you try to address these particular things?
Yes.
So this is going to have effect. Then the benefits of the people.
Yes.
Okay. So what benefits they're going to get, or simple outcomes? What
Yes.
outcomes because of following these particular behaviors? Then self-efficacy.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Self-worthiness.
Yes, sir.
For example, if a person thinks that okay, being okay prone for these particular things, okay, maybe for example like smoking, or they have any type of a disease kind of a thing, so is it making people low in front of others, or is it encouraged to have this type of okay illness or etc.
Bad behaviors are usually encouraged.
For example, smoking and all that, if you have
Yes.
taken as a bad example, for example,
Yes.
so people are taking you as a bad example, and if they're telling you that okay, you will become like him,
Yes.
so is it going to affect the self-worthy of a person or is it going to encourage the person?
It affects a person because they know that people see you in a different light and don't respect you a certain way.
Good. So this is how what worthy you have for yourself. And
Yes.
especially if these people they think that okay, they may look down, as you talked about the peer pressure also. Did you remember
Yes.
peer pressure?
Yes. Yes, sir.
If maybe all his friends are into this particular habit of smoking or consumption of alcohol, etc. And
Yes,
this
sir.
particular person, then he is not following, maybe he is looked down.
Yes, sir. He's trying to fit into the circle.
Yeah, fit into the circle, not
Yes.
to be getting alienated or separated from them,
Yes. Yes.
to be part of them. So
Yes.
such type of things, where is talking about is self-worthiness, whether in what way it is going to have effect on the perceived self-worth of the person.
Yes,
So,
sir.
for example, because of that, also these people are getting into this okay risky behaviors. In the same way, if you're talking about so how these particular health behaviors can have a positive impact. For example, quitting smoking or alcohol, if it is been appreciated by maybe his family members or close members,
Yes.
relatives, etc., is it going to boost the person?
Yes, sir. It keeps them motivated to continue
Good. So
to
this is
stay on the
how,
path.
yes, this is how self-worthy. So how these particular behaviors having impact on the self-worthiness of the person is also going to decide. So how well this particular person is going to get into these health-related behaviors, self-efficacy of the person. Then threats. So what possible threats? Okay,
Yes.
can be because of this particular okay not following the healthy behaviors, threats or fears. So if you don't do this, if you don't quit, for example smoking, for example if you don't quit or if you don't reduce the time you're spending on, for example gadgets or whatever it may be before getting into school. So if a person is not aware of what threats or fears, so can he follow these particular so-called what are good behaviors?
No, sir.
No. So the perceived threats also. In
Yes.
what way? Okay, I repeat. In what way? So these particular behaviors are addressing the fears or threats of the person. Okay, threats
Yes.
and okay the ill consequences. Okay, or how this particular person is having fears. For example, uh, smoking related to cancer. You agree with this?
Yes, sir.
For example, if person have this particular fear or threat of getting into the cancer disease condition because of this continuation of taking alcohol can make a person to believe and follow this good health. You agree with this?
Yes, sir.
So threat. For
Yes.
example, developing of certain cardiovascular diseases may be the following certain risky or a lifestyle where it is prone for this type of diseases like this. So when you are into this, okay, this is going to have impact. So according to health belief model, so these things has to be addressed or they has to be made aware so that the person's belief system will allow them to get into these health related behaviors. Was it clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay, the barriers, what they have or what they're thinking. Some people they say, okay, no, I cannot get early in the morning. I cannot find time. So this type of barriers, which is making them stay away from getting into health related behavior. Okay, so if you can address that, what the outcomes or the benefits are going to be. So the self-efficacy in what way it is going to have impact on the self-efficacy of the person. So how it can be admired, appreciated by the people, or it can be the lowering of self-efficacy, like people may take him in the negative way and it become a bad example. So this is how it is going to impact the belief system and follow the health related behavior and also the following threats. Okay, so there are certain elements like okay, perceived susceptibility. So what is susceptibility? So getting into a disease or a condition.
Yes.
For example, if they have a
Yes.
family history of, for example, cardiovascular diseases.
Yes.
If a person knows that okay, this cardiovascular diseases can be
Yes.
inherited,
Yeah. Uh,
inheritance, and especially male dominated inheritance.
yeah.
You getting me?
Yes, sir. They're prone to inherit hereditary related ailments, I guess.
Ailments good. If a person have this perceived susceptibility,
Yes.
will he get into this particular okay, what we calling as a okay, unhealthy behaviors?
No, sir. He'll be conscious of what he is doing because he has double the threat of contracting
Yes.
those
So
disease.
you already have a susceptible.
Yes.
You already have getting into this particular thing. So this is going to decide.
Yes.
Then okay, perceived severity. So how serious it is going to be.
Yes.
For example, a person without a family history, so how is going to get affected? If a person have this susceptibility, likelihood of getting into this particular disease condition because of the family history kind of a thing,
Yes.
and if it's getting into this type of okay unhealthy behaviors, is the severity going to double,
Yes, sir. It's
going to
definitely
be
gonna.
more?
Yes.
So this is how perceived severity
Yes.
and perceived benefits. Okay, we talked about benefits. Perceived barriers also we talked about.
Yes.
Okay, then cue to action. Okay, cue to actions are nothing but okay various models that can trigger the action. Okay, various models like the readiness of a person.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so if whatever we are telling, whatever we are trying to motivate a person, but if he is not ready by himself,
Yes.
so only we can provide them certain cues or motivation, but if the person is not ready, okay, so
Yes.
that is also going to have an impact on the person. Okay, then self-efficacy, as you talked about, okay, so
Yes.
self-efficacy is going to have a huge impact because the person want to be good in or the has humanistic school of psychology says that everyone want to be good, everyone want to be okay successful person, everyone want to get name fame admired by other people. Okay, so this
Yes.
self-efficacy is going to have a huge impact on our belief system, so which is moving us to get into health related behaviors. Okay,
Yes.
so these all things are structures or parts of our health system which are going to make a person get into or follow or practice good health behaviors.
Healthy lifestyle. Yes.
Yeah. Then the next is the attribution thing.
Yes.
Okay, attribution. Have you heard about this particular theory called attribution? Social psychology, they talk about attribution.
Yes, sir.
So what can be attribution?
Um, one's own behavior, sir. Our own behavior.
Okay, you attribute.
Um, the
Go ahead.
the kind of steps we take in order to achieve what we want to.
Okay. Attribution is a concept where you have a positive outlook
Yes,
or a negative outlook.
yes, sir.
For example, if someone is from our locality,
Yes,
someone from our India, for example, if you're staying in
yes,
foreign,
yes.
so do you have a positive outlook for them or a negative outlook?
Um, so, could you please repeat the last question?
Attribution. So how you take or what you have about this, okay, different people, concepts, etc.
Yes,
So
sir.
you think that you belong to one among them, our people or maybe others. Maybe
Uh, we,
my friend, maybe is not my friend.
uh,
So
so
if he's my friend or if he's one among my group, do you have a positive outlook for them or a negative outlook?
a
So Sharmila
positive
is saying
outlook,
positive.
a positive. Yes, sir.
Sharmila is saying positive. Okay, good. So this is how attribution. So Kelly is the person who have come up with this attribution theory. So if someone is from our group, we say you would have not done that. You getting me?
Yes, sir.
Something might have triggered. Generally is a very good person. No, no, you would have not done that. And something had happened by other person. Okay, you definitely say yes, yes, I know. They are like that only. You getting me?
Yes, sir.
You try to give a negative outlook for them.
So correct me, please correct me if I'm wrong. But usually in the field of psychology, especially when it comes to counseling, I think they teach us these techniques called positive attributions and all that. I think, no, sir.
Session techniques you're talking about.
Um, it's about being positive and trying to manifest those feelings out in the world also. To
Okay, they call us positive assertive statements. Okay, you all they
okay.
ask you to be okay. I am good. I can do. I'm able to do. I have this ability to do. I
And
can
also,
excel.
okay.
So this type of positive assertions. You're talking about that.
And yeah, and also about addressing any issue in general when it comes to people or relationships. Also, try to have a positive outlook and have positive attributions in life in general. That is what usually they encourage.
So generally,
Yeah.
Kelly says that okay,
Okay.
people when they belong or when they say that you belong to one particular group, okay, you try to have a positive outlook for them.
Yes, sir.
And when you think that okay, they are from not from my particular group or something else, okay, what generally they call as in group, out group,
Yes, sir.
our group,
Exactly.
their group, and all that.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes, sir.
they have this particular wording also.
Yes.
So they say that okay, because of that. So what attribution you have?
Yes.
Okay, so about these particular things, like for example, distinctiveness. So the attribution about the cause of behavior is specific to the individual carrying out the behavior. So in what way the cause of behavior is specific to the individual? How distinctive it is. Okay, consensus. The attribution about the cause of behavior would be shared by other.
Yes.
Okay, consistency over time. The same attribute about casuality would be made at other time also. Consistency over modality. Okay, for example, the same attribution would be made in different situations. Okay, so all these things are going to decide. So how these health related behaviors are followed. For example, the first one. So how this is going to affect this particular specific person. Okay,
Okay.
if you have, for example, like smoking or anything else. So
Yes.
what is this particular habit is going to have impact on this person? Okay,
Um,
in what way is different from others, and specifically how is going to get suffered or what is going to be impact, so that is going to decide. okay, whether the person will follow this particular behavior or not. Okay, then attribution about the cause of behavior would be shared by other people. So
Yes.
maybe everyone who is having this particular, okay, unhealthy behavior, okay, in what way they are getting affected? The consensus among or other people.
Yes.
So how you attribute, or how it's going to affect me specifically? First thing, distinctness. Consensus also, yes, if you have certain friends, if they are having this particular, okay, kind of unhealthy behavior, so in what way we all of them are going to get affected? So what is the effect across the people?
Yes.
The consistency over time. Okay, so how this would be from particular time, for example, when you have started, and when you start getting into a prolonged or getting addicted kind of a thing, so how this effect or ill health is going to be? Consistency over time. For example, do you think that, okay, having at one particular time is okay, or when it is getting prolonged, if you think that, okay, I have been having since so many years, I'm not getting any effect. You getting me?
Yes, sir.
Some people they have this, oh no, no, since my childhood I'm having this, nothing is going to happen.
Yes, sir.
So maybe this type of attribution, thinking
Uh,
that, okay, from since so many years I have been into this particular behavior, but nothing harm can happen to me.
but sir, sometimes it can also be constructed as overconfidence also, no, sir?
Yes. So we're talking about how these people they attribute.
Yeah.
They are in, if these people they are into these unhealthy behaviors. So this is how they talk about.
Yeah.
I have been over a period of time, okay, nothing is going to happen.
Yeah.
Or consistency of different modality. Okay, maybe if you're having different okay unhealthy behaviors, so you're trying to tell that, okay, nothing is going to happen. Okay, so
Yeah.
you try to compare with other things or other people and you say, okay, I am better than them. It's all about your attribution.
Yes, sir.
So how you try to tell, okay, in a positive or negative. For example, distinctness we're going to tell that, okay, maybe they are getting affected, but I may not get affected because I'm healthy, I have this, I'm doing that.
Yes.
This one thing is not going to affect me. So this kind of attribution. So attribution is also going to have an impact on the people. So if what type of attributions they have? Positive. Okay,
Yeah.
if someone is taking, okay, very light way, saying, okay, I am okay, I'm stronger than these people. Maybe these people they may get, but I won't get. Or since I'm from long years I have been using this, okay, this is not going to have effect on that. Okay, so this is what attributions you have towards this particular health and unhealthy behaviors is going to decide. So what type of belief system you can have and how likely you're going to get into or follow this health related behavior. You getting me?
Yes, sir.
Then health locus of control. Okay. So first you should talk or know about locus of control. So did you do any experiments regarding this?
Yes, sir. We had it in our third sem practical, sir.
Third sem. Okay.
Locus of control.
Then the question is that what is locus of control? Or
Yes.
locus is nothing but a location or a point of control.
Yes, sir.
Simple. In simple terms, what is the location? What is the point of the control? Is the control is within the person? Is the person responsible for the consequences of what he's doing? Or he thinks that this external locus of control, the things are happening because you don't have control on the things. Okay, so
External con-
this external control, they say it is because of my friends, okay,
and the situation
because
in
of
general.
other people, because of
Yes.
certain situations.
Yes.
For example, certain incidents also. For example, this thing
Yes.
that happened, maybe I lost someone, I had a pain,
Yes.
I'm not good, etc. So because this is forcing me to get into this particular, okay,
Situation. Yeah.
unhealthy behaviors. Okay.
Yes, sir.
For example, in general locus of control, they say, so if a person is having internal locus of control, okay, he thinks that I have complete control on my life and what things are happening to me.
Yes, sir.
Okay? So external people who have locus of control, they think that okay, I don't have control on events or things happening to me. I don't have a control. So these people they say that okay, it is because of luck,
Yes, sir.
because of God,
Yes.
all external things.
Uh,
My
so
luck, my fate. They think okay, my fate is like this, so it is happening. So if he's failing, he's saying that okay, the person would have not corrected properly.
yes, sir.
Something might have happened from them side, okay, but
Yes.
this person is not just not admitting that we have not written it properly. You getting me?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
He's always trying to shift the
The blame on others.
yeah blame or the causes or the
Situations.
things
Yes.
other people, saying that okay, that's a responsibility. I don't
Yes.
have control on myself.
Yes, sir.
Someone is control. Okay,
Yes,
and
sir.
when it comes to health, locus of control. So what locus of control they have? Is it internal or external? So that is going to decide. So how this person is likely to get into health related behaviors, whether he is going to follow or he is not going to follow this type of particular behaviors. For example, internal controlled people. So what they think or what general they have in their minds.
Uh, they have a very particular schedule for themselves. So they try to maintain that schedule and eat healthily and
Good,
follow all the guidelines actually that
good,
helps them to stay on track.
good.
Um, and obviously, they can reap the benefits of it also.
Okay.
Uh, when it comes to external, they have excuses for not exercising. For example, if their gym partner or their um,
They,
trainer also doesn't come, they just leave. They just make excuses that they didn't come, and that is the reason I'm not able to go and work out.
good. Or maybe you don't find a gym nearby to your place.
Yes, and
We're
it,
talking about all external things.
yeah,
When
yes, a number of excuses.
it is very far, you don't
Yes,
find a good gym or you
yes,
don't find a good
yes, sir.
fitness trainer or a coach.
Yes, sir.
You getting me? They don't
Yes,
work
sir.
properly.
Yes, sir.
They don't teach properly.
Yes,
Okay, for example, even for smoking, also they may say, okay, the situations are triggering me, the tensions are triggering me. So outside something is happening.
one of the common thing they always keep saying, this today's the last day I'm going to smoke, this is my last cigarette, and that
Yes,
never happens.
yes, they say that, and especially this New Year resolutions and all
Resolution,
that.
yes, sir.
I don't know how many resolutions they take every year. They take
it
okay,
Yes, sir.
and especially for example, like they have decided not to get into all these things. But what about the peer group? What they have? So will they leave these people?
um the immediate family, especially who are concerned about their health, they try to always badger them.
Right?
But at the end of the day, at some point they give up because it's they know for a fact that it's not going to happen. It has to be his choice, and we can't force a person to do certain things.
For example, a person with internal locus of control, he thinks that I am responsible for this particular behavior.
Yes.
If I want to quit, I can quit. You getting me?
Yes, sir.
It is my willpower. I should be strong enough, okay, to
Yes, sir. Quit.
come out of this.
Yes, sir.
For example, external locus of control. So these people they say, I am trying very hard to come out of this thing, but the other people, for example, my colleagues or some XYZ, somehow they are making me to get into this particular habit.
Yes, sir.
Or they may be easily susceptible to this type of peer pressure, for example.
Yes.
They have taken a resolution and immediately on the first when they get to the office or something else. So maybe these people, if they are offered something, for example, let us celebrate. Yesterday we have celebrated at home. So let us celebrate today at office.
Yes.
So if they think that external control, they are not having control on their life. So these people are very easily susceptible to return back or get back to these diseases because they are going to be get under pressure of some.
Yes, sir.
So their willpower is so less because they think that okay, they can't resist. If someone offers them, they can't say no to other people
Yes, sir.
because they think they are controlled by other people. So what they are because of other people. So without them, I am nothing. You getting me?
Yes, sir. Yes.
So this is how to have them, to be with them, to retain them. So these people they try to get out of what resolutions they have given the last night. So within few hours, so this is how they get into this particular routine unhealthy behaviors.
Yes, sir.
So locus of control. So what is the locus of control of the particular person is going to decide. So whether this person is going to get into healthy behaviors, maintain that, follow that, and be successful in following or maintaining these healthy related behaviors. Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
Then unrealistic optimism. So what is this optimism?
Um, to believe in oneself,
Yes, good.
um, and have a positive attitude in general.
Good. Optimism and pessimism. Okay.
Yes.
So one is having a very positive outlook.
Yes.
So one is looking about or having a negative attitude.
Yes.
For example, this particular glass example that everyone give no.
Yes.
So offered of, for example, a glass of water. If it is off filled, for example.
Yes, sir.
So this is a classic example they give.
Yes, sir.
So the optimistic people they're happy that they, at least they have this half glass.
Yes, sir.
So what would be the other type or complete opposite pessimistic people would be having or thinking about?
The half glass is still empty.
Empty. They're not bothered about what they have, but they are bothered or they are getting disappointed or low because of hey, it's getting in. Yeah, children are playing actually
Yes, sir.
in front of me. Yeah. So optimism. So people are happy with what they have.
Yes, sir.
Pessimistic people, okay, they're not happy with what talents or what they are up to that particular point of view, but they're worried about.
Yes.
If I had that thing, no. If I had this thing, no. If I had studied in a that school, excellent XYZ school, no. If I have did that particular course, no. If I had this type of parents, no. You getting me?
The grass is always greener on the other side, sir.
Good. So these people are always looking out and they're saying that if I had that, if I had
Yes.
this, they're not happy with what they have.
Yes.
So this particular optimism and pessimism. So how it is related to health. So we are not trying to look at that.
Yes.
There is a concept called unrealistic optimism. Optimism is having a positive outlook,
Yes.
but we're talking about unrealistic,
Yes.
so which is not real.
Yes.
So this is what if you are confident, if you know your abilities, so that is confidence.
Yes, sir.
What about if you don't have clear cut uh, image or like clear cut a measure of your abilities, and if you are trying to put things above that, this is what you talked about, like overconfidence.
Yes, sir.
So it is more than
Yes.
what actually you have. So what you can do, what you can handle.
Sir, can we take a classic example of few of the politicians who think um, they have done way more than what they have actually accomplished?
It's kind of a persuasion actually. Again, there is a concept called persuasion.
Okay.
So how you try to influence people.
Okay.
So they try to give a message. For example, our so-called salesperson also.
Yes, sir.
You just listen to them, their demos and all that. No, you think yes, you're getting out of everything.
But it's simply over promoting.
Yes.
Yes.
As if you are getting totally healthy
Yes.
once you start using this particular product.
Yes.
Okay, so that is changing attitude of different. Maybe we look at commercial ads.
Yes.
Commercial ads, they're saying, okay, X, this X powder, washing powder, in
Yes.
my particular so-called brand. So they are also even trying to compare how this
Yes.
going to be very effective.
Yes.
They wash both things and immediately this is going to flash like light
Yes.
and it is saying that okay, it's very bright.
Yes, sir.
Consumption of water is very less. With only one bucket, auntie could uh, wash all the clothes. You getting me?
Yes, sir.
Maybe you using one particular brand of oil, the other brand is saying that okay, the person is very active, is no more feeling tired,
Yes, sir.
is very healthy.
Yes.
Maybe a health product like a chimney brush, etc. Someone is okay doing something also. It's like protecting a shield kind of a thing. The things are coming and they're bouncing and they're going back.
Yes, sir.
Getting it? So this is how you try to change the attitude. Okay, that is different. Persuasion, it's called.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so we're talking about okay optimism, but it is unrealistic.
Yes.
Okay, so these people unrealistic optimism, they think that okay, they are having a very good immunity.
Yes.
It's not going to affect them
Yes.
when compared to other people.
Yes.
Getting me? He is very strong. Okay, there is no chance that this particular is getting into risk.
Yes, especially
With,
during COVID. Especially during COVID, a lot of people who exercised regularly for the past 20 years also, once
mm,
they contracted COVID, they were helpless.
help.
Yes.
So this is what happened with regard to the so-called unhealthy behaviors.
Yes.
So these people they have this overconfidence or unrealistic optimism. Optimism is taking things positive,
Yeah.
but unrealistic optimism is where the person is totally taking things in a very very positive, thinking that
Stretching the limits.
this is not going to affect me.
Yes, sir.
I am not susceptible to this. I have no family history of this particular okay, cardiovascular diseases.
Yes, sir.
I can have whatever I have to, for example, like junk foods or
Yeah.
oily foods, okay, whatever I can have because no one is going to get affected.
Yeah.
Our family is so like that. Oh,
Yeah.
no one now up to now, no one have got into this particular conditions. You getting me?
Yes, sir. Yeah.
So very unrealistic. Okay, optimism. Okay, so this can be because of lack of personal experience with the problem. Okay, page number 28 you can write on.
Yes, sir.
Believe that the problem is preventable by the individual. So these people they think that okay, this is preventable.
Yes.
Believe that problem has not yet appeared.
Yes.
They have been into this unhealthy behavior since long, but it not yet appeared. It could not or it did not get into this condition as of now, up to now. So it's not thinking about the future, what it is going to be. It's saying that okay, up to now at this age, I did not get anything. So future also, I'm not going to get affected with this unhealthy behaviors.
Yes.
Okay, the belief that problem is infrequent. These unhealthy behaviors and illnesses are infrequent. They get little. Some people they get, not everyone,
Yes, sir.
and not I am not among them.
Yes.
Okay, so this type of things. So this type of unrealistic optimism. So being optimistic is good, but when people are unrealistic,
Yes.
okay, where they're overlooking certain things, actual facts, actual realities. So how these unhealthy behaviors having impact on the health? So they are overlooking all this and they're talking about something where they're saying that okay, I'm not going to get. So this is very infrequent. Only few people get now. So I'm not among them. So this type
Yes.
of attitude of people, okay. So it is making people get into these things. Okay, then next stages of okay change model. Yesterday also we talked about. So how many stages we have? Pre-contemplation, not being ready to get into a change.
Yes, sir.
Pre-contemplation. Then contemplation is where the person is thinking of getting into a change.
Yes, sir.
Why I should not start having physical exercise? Why I should not thinking of quitting?
Yes.
Maybe a smoking or alcohol or unhealthy behavior. The pre-contemplation stage, the person is not ready to take up.
Yes, sir.
saying or is thinking that, okay, oh, no, I'm not going to change at all.
Yes.
I'm happy. I'm getting something from this. So contemplation is where the person is getting a little bit inclined towards the messages what we're trying to tell him.
Yes.
He's thinking about why won't I? Why should not I?
Yes.
Maybe I may also. I should also. So this type of things. The next stage is the preparation stage. So where these particular people are making themselves ready.
Yes, sir.
They have given a chance. Why should not I? Then according to this, these people are preparing themselves or making ready themselves. So when these people are into a preparation stage, so what all can we expect from these people, for example?
Uh, so, for example, sir, if someone who is an alcoholic wants to change his behavior, the first thing he would do is find a sponsor who would help him and also consult his doctor, uh, get all the workup done,
Good.
get the clear picture as because sometimes in few cases they can't completely go cold turkey because it can have impact on health. So he has to
Good.
gradually decrease his intake and then start being sober. Uh, so the certain steps one has to follow in order to
Good.
healthily.
Good. Can this be a next stage where they call action?
Yes, sir.
In the preparation stage, won't he try to get out or stay away from situations which are making or triggering
Triggers.
triggering this particular person to get into these things? You agree
Yes,
with
sir.
this?
Yes, sir. Absolutely. That's the first stage.
A preparation stage is where, for example, if
Yes,
he
sir.
thinks that if he is into contact this particular group or a person,
Yes, sir.
so he may get into this particular consumption of something or a substance abuse kind of thing.
Yes, sir.
So in a preparation stage, won't he try to avoid that situations, places, things,
Yes, sir.
people?
Yes, yes.
You getting me?
Yes,
So
sir.
how this person is making himself prepared? If
Um,
he knows that this particular person, if you're going to meet or if you're going to come across
yes.
at this particular time period, you getting me? They know which time periods also.
Yes.
So how occasionally they meet, what particular times, at what particular places.
Yes.
So in what way it is going to trigger? So in a preparation stage, maybe this person is trying to stay away
Yes.
from the events, situations, peoples which can trigger this person to again revert and get into these unhealthy behaviors.
Yes.
So maybe avoiding certain things, staying away from certain people,
Yes.
okay, maybe not looking at certain ads.
Yes.
Ads also trigger people to get into these
Yes,
things.
sir. Yes, sir.
One point of time, no, a case has been registered against one particular hero, saying
Yes.
that this particular hero has been promoting this particular brand. So this person have started that.
Yes, sir.
For example, the so-called this Gupta and all this, no, tobacco
Yes.
products, no.
Yes,
Even
sir.
the governments are appealing to these particular people not to promote
Yes.
because you being into these particular things, it can have a negative impact on people where they start following this type of behaviors.
Yes, sir.
Getting me?
Especially even these pan masalas and all
Yes,
also are acting as triggers.
pan masalas and also especially this smoking and all that by
Yes, sir.
the so-called the VIPs or so-called
Yes.
popular people,
Yes, sir.
so-called our heroes.
Yes.
So government is making an open appeal that you have also you don't do it in public
Yes.
because they're watching you. They take that as a lifestyle or a certain kind of a mannerism by that particular heroes, so
Yes.
that they have to follow that mannerism and all that. Okay, this is how they're getting to this kind of
Yes.
a unhealthy behaviors.
Yes.
Okay, so we do not going to take the names and all that. Okay,
Yes. Yes. Yes.
if someone have come across in news and all that, no, they indirectly they get to know that.
Yes, sir.
So who are the people they were requested not to get into this unhealthy behaviors, especially when they are in public.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so this is preparation. You try to stay away, avoid.
Yes.
Then the action comes. Then you try to get into all the things what you have said.
Yes.
Okay, you try to reduce that, you try to do all these things. Okay, action.
Yes.
Then maintenance. So if you have started action, so how you going to maintain? Okay. So
Yes.
what these people would be advised, for example, if they are into addictions and all that, if they visit the addiction centers, no,
Yes, sir.
they ask them to be strong at willpower.
Yes.
They should have a strong supporting group,
Yes, sir.
maybe the spouses,
Yes.
children, the family, and immediately the best friends or colleagues or whatever it be,
Yes, sir.
where they are most of the time. So whenever these people are getting the triggers, so these people they should try to avoid, or these people they should try to, okay, divert these people.
Yes, sir.
For example, if they are into stress, immediately that will trigger them to have a smoke.
Yes, sir.
So if they have a strong willpower and supportive group, no. So when they
Yes.
have these particular triggers, when these people identify that this person is about to have this particular thing, so these people they try to take action, come into action, come into picture. They try to give other kind of a solution. For example, having a tea, for example, rather than having a cigarette. So if you try to divert them to have a kind of a, okay, a tea kind of a thing. Though some people they also argue that having tea, coffee also it's kind of a addiction.
Yes, sir.
But this is a very safer. When you agree with this,
Um, yes, sir, because it has caffeine in it.
okay, caffeine and all that. Okay, they're talking
Yes.
about, okay, this is also a kind of addiction. For
Yes.
example, if you're not taking this particular thing at that particular time you used to take, for example, early in the morning
Yes, sir.
at 7 or 8 o'clock, if you're not taking, it is also going to trigger.
Yes, sir.
You're going to experience a temporary headache kind of a thing. You agree with this?
Yes, sir.
You have to drink coffee or tea.
Yes,
So
sir.
without that, the entire day you think, okay, little bit low and all that.
Yes, sir. You feel as if you've lost some part of you.
Yes, yes. So this is how we got these caffeinated beverages.
Yes, sir.
For example, if you look at the Coca-Cola and all that, they have written caffeine is
Ye-
added
Yes, sir.
because it's energetic.
Yes, sir.
It's going to make people energetic,
Red Bull.
live.
Yes, sir.
Yes, certain products, for example,
Yes.
what you said is right.
Yes, yes.
So this is how, when it comes to maintenance, it's not that you have initiated, but
Yeah.
you should be successfully try to be into that particular behaviors for certain period of time.
Yes, sir.
Example, if you want to start a good habit, what they say is that at least you try to do it for 3 weeks of time.
So usually, correct me if I'm wrong, please. They say any habit, any good habit, if you want to inculcate, you have to at least practice it for 41 days.
Just 41 days, three
Yes.
weeks or 4 weeks
Yes.
or 1 month, they say
Yes.
specifically. Because once you start doing, no, it becomes what we call as habit formation. We have experiments also on that.
Okay, sir.
So it will take up a form of habit.
Yes.
So maybe, for example, as I said, one person finding it difficult to get up at 5 o'clock, maybe 1 or 2 days after that,
Yes.
the body is automatically it is triggering the person, or you
Yes.
get wake up without any alarm, without someone calling you. So you are no more getting into sleep.
Yes, sir.
How hard you are trying, you are not getting sleep. You getting it?
Yes, sir.
So this type of thing. So care has to be taken at initial stages where you do it consciously, effort with effort you do for some time, so that after a period of time they become, okay, automatic, or without any effort you start doing them. Unconsciously it becomes part of our, okay, lifestyle. Okay, so this is what they're talking about maintenance. So once you are getting into this maintained state for a longer period of time, so it is no more going to have an effect or no more triggers. If there is a trigger also, you're not getting influence because you already have control on these particular triggers, where you can resist them, where you can overcome them.
Yes.
Okay, so this is what it is, a termination stage of this particular unhealthy behavior. Okay, so this is how has to be maintained. So this is according to the theory called as, okay,
Yes.
stages of change model. So this is how the changes have to be taken place through small steps, where you can completely get out of this unhealthy
Habit.
behaviors.
Behavior.
Okay, so this is with regard to the topic of health beliefs,
Yes.
theories of health beliefs. So different theories are saying that how you can develop your belief system or where you can come out of this particular unhealthy behaviors and start following healthy behaviors.
Yes. Sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. What about Usha? Why Usha is not joining it?
Uh, just a second, sir.
Rapia, you're today only you're attending class. You would like to talk, or you can use chat box. Okay, you can continue. Sharmila is good. Okay. Ah, okay, right. Okay, done. Okay, Sharmila, good that she have attended yesterday. Arish also, right? I forgot. Arish is also attending or continuing classes. Okay, good. See you all tomorrow. Have a good day.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.